Ladies and gentlemen of Amsterdam, England, of Belgium, of Cyprus, how are we feeling tonight? Incredible. What a beautiful crowd. You don't look a day over 30, sir. Hello. How's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DXP Roast, where companies will roast each other to show just how ridiculous software really is. Are we excited to hear some roasts tonight? I love this. Let's start building up this applause for your first roaster of the night, Adobe Experience Manager. Keep it going, everybody. Oh, she looks mean. Your next roaster, Optimizely. Keep it going, everybody. Please be careful. Have a seat. Are you feeling okay? Wonderful. Okay, your third roaster of the night, Contentful. Oh, look at that smug look on his face. Keep it going for your fourth roaster, Sitecore. Oh my God. Who said software couldn't be hot? You feeling good? You feeling good? Always. I like that. Keep this applause going for one final roaster of the night, Contentstack. We love this. Incredible. This is your panel of roasters here. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get going, like I said, each roaster will come up individually. They will roast the absolute software out of each other, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we need to build up this applause for your first roaster coming to the stage. Can we build up a nice, warm Amsterdam applause, everybody, for Adobe Experience Manager?
Thank you. Now, do I really need to introduce myself? You know me, your boss knows me, your grandboss and your great-grandboss all know me. I am the backbone of this entire operation, darlings. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And anyone who has a problem with me is usually broke. If you think I'm too much, you can go find less. There's plenty of it right here. Others have said I'm old-fashioned, darlings, behind the times. I'm not old-fashioned. I have all the bells and whistles that these young bucks have. Ever heard of the cloud? I'll be in it soon. Now, I have some words I would like to say about these. We'll start with you, Contentful. Contentful? More like openly contemptful of the people who have to use your platform. Ugh. Has he ever spoken to a person before, do you think? No. I'm not judging by his customer service review. In my day, the gals for marketing would never talk to a boy like that. I don't think much has changed. Oh, the developers like you? The developers like anime body pillows and Discord. Now on to Sitecore. Sitecore. Just say you want to be me and be done with it. You think I'm stuck in the past? Well, baby, she makes me look like a newborn. Never stops banging on about the glory days. Face it, honey. You're washed up. All that Botox can't hide the fact you've been around longer than I have. Did you know that? That's a fun fact. Moving on. Optimizely. That's what you're calling yourself now, huh? I remember Episerver. But I guess you thought a new name and a young-looking rapper could buy your way back into relevance. A word of advice, if you stay relevant like me, you don't have to get relevant. We can all see it. You're the same old pinhead you always were. Adding new gizmos and a lick of paint can't fool me. You know what they say. You can't polish a turd, but you can acquire a younger, cooler turd and wear its skin like a mink coat. Finally, Contentstack. I've never met a brand more arrogant than this one. The world's best personalization. Nobody's ever heard of you. I mean, look at this chump. I can't look at her again. My neck, I'm old. The only CMS with integrated front-end hosting. Who cares? Did anybody ask? What even is that? You think you're a visionary? What exactly is the vision, darling? I'm not seeing it. Reimagine possible. It's possible you should reimagine that outfit. To conclude, these idiots all wish they were me. I'm expensive, you can't afford me. I'm slow, quality takes time. I would say goodbye, but I'm an icon. You'll never really get rid of me. Ciao!
My goodness, what a start. Adobe Experience Manager went scorched earth on these folks. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling? That was a hot start, wasn't it? Guys, we have a couple more roasters coming to the stage, of course. The energy is hot. How do we feel about bringing the second roaster to the stage? Keep it going for Optimizely!
Hello, everyone. We're the old people in the room. You might know me as Episerver, but now I'm way cooler. Now I'm identify as Optimizely. As the name reveals, we obviously offer the optimum solution. We have great features because they're great. Contentstack. You think you invented composable, just like that guy who claims he discovered Pilates. Trendy, everyone brags about it, but we've all seen it before. It's just exercising. And your slogan, that's laughable. Reimagine possible. How about reimagine patience? Most customers are still trying to imagine when the documentation will be finished. And why reimagine? That's why John Lennon wrote Imagine. Okay? Because if he'd have written reimagine, he'd have had to keep explaining it, you see. You know it's not working. Contentful's here, apparently. Which one of you is Contentful again? Yes. I had to do some research on this one. That was quite a challenge. Because your digital experience platform is not even considered by the analysts. So I googled it. I got on Google. I googled Contentful, and not surprisingly, Optimizely popped up. See, Google knows when someone's making a typo. But after some scrolling, I do find out you do have a website. So good on you. You've learned how to use WordPress. And I love your slogan, feeling so contentful. Honestly, nothing says joy more like a platform where your free trial comes with more restrictions than a VPN in China. And of course, you're the founding member of the Mac Alliance, right? Yeah. I bet you're a member of the gym as well. Yeah. That free trial, that's like a gym pass that you get for free, where you can use the gym for free, but you're not allowed to touch the weights, or use the machines, or take a shower. Oh, Sitecore. Hello, dear. You still around? Hello. Oh, choosing Sitecore's XM Cloud is like dyeing your hair, isn't it? It's technically new, but everyone can see the grey legacy roots underneath. Yes, and you've been transitioning to the cloud for so long, no one bothers checking the weather forecast anymore. Sitecore traps their cycle. Their customers an endless upgrade cycle. It's like staying in Hotel California. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. Oh, Adobe Experience Manager. Oh, nice to see you showing up like royalty. Which makes sense because your license fee is basically the GDP of Monaco. And what kind of name is that? An experience manager? You sound like the guy who checks the belt is buckled when you go on a roller coaster. Have a nice experience. Delivering an experience. It's an experience in the same way that waiting in line or doing the washing is an experience. Yes. Did you know that some people actually quit their job using Adobe because to try and figure out the meaning of life? Because they reckon that'd be way easier than figuring out how to use Adobe Experience Manager. You claim you're a market leader? A market leader in what? High fees and steep learning curves? Oh, thank you so much. Vote for me, I am the best.
A fossil took the stage and turned it to coal. My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep this roast rolling right along. Let's keep this applause going, everybody, for your third roaster, the one, the only, Contentful.
Now, how are we doing tonight? Feeling contentful? Yeah? Well, Contentful is the initiator of headless CMS. Unlike some that claim that status. You know who you are. And Optimizely is right, our DXP was not considered by the latest analyst report. But do you know how long it took Netflix to be on Forrester? Yeah, a very long time. I mean, not as long as it's taken Contentful, but a very long time, okay? So, but we make up for our market presence by extremely scalable and modular components, as well as personalization, which we have. Where's the camera? We, Contentful, have personalization. Yes. Now, let's address the dinosaur in the room. Sitecore is here. Sitecore claims their CMS, their XM cloud, is headless. And it's just as headless as the mythological Hydra. You know the creature where you cut off one head and two new heads return? Yeah. Which is actually what happens when one of their expensive consultants fixes a bug. Two new bugs return. I just figured Greek mythology was suitable here because it comes from the same era as Sitecore does. Oh, Optimizely is here, everyone. All our problems will be solved, said no one ever. Optimizely is modular the same way chewing gum is reusable. Now, you're someone that doesn't want to accept they're getting old, tries to seem young by buying hip, fancy, and unmatching clothes. But now you're just the same old person wearing a shiny jacket and whatever that is in your hair. Where did you find your outfit? At the Lost and Found? Is Opal AI also your fashion stylist? Anyways. You're desperately buying companies you don't understand, like you're in a sad midlife crisis. Or let's face it, end of life crisis. Now, that kid that is in class always screaming for attention. Contentstack. Yeah, you know, it's not your technology that's impressive. It's your confidence. For the most headless CMS, you have a pretty enormous head. You're misleading people with the name Contentstack as well. It should be Content Stuck. Together. Forever. Yeah. Now, Adobe, good to see you're here on time. Because your cloud transition is a decade late. In 10 years from now, maybe you'll start considering using AI. Just a tip. Your personalization can only personally be implemented by your expensive consultant. Unlike our personalization, which we have indeed, that's right, Contentful has personalization. Now, looking for DXP and choosing Adobe is like looking for a cake and choosing to get married. Sure, you will eat some wedding cake, but you also sign a contract that will give away half your wealth. Now, Adobe's AEM claims to be loosely coupled, but don't be fooled. With every asset you buy, you get free vendor lock-in. Yeah, when you sign with Adobe, you sign for life. Until bankruptcy do us part. Thank you very much. That was my time.
A man full of content. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more roasters coming to the stage. We have some more Amsterdam fire for the second to last roaster of the evening, everybody. It is the one, the only Sitecore.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sitecore. Since 2001, I've been creating digital experiences so powerful they connect the world. Some people say that I'm difficult to work with. The thing they don't understand is you don't have to compromise when you're a diva. Some people tonight have talked about my latest hit, XM Cloud. Granted, they were mocking it. But if there's one thing I've learned in my decades of being famous, it's this. There is no such thing as bad publicity. Now, speaking of things that are bad, Optimizely. Optimizely, you made a joke comparing me to the Hotel California. What a hip and modern reference. You dork. You also made a joke where you talked about how me launching XM Cloud is like me trying to cover up my dark roots. I find that interesting. You're like a pot that used to be a bowl, but then got itself a fancy new handle, calling the kettle black. Optimizely charges VIP fees for a platform where nothing is actually truly out of the box. It's kind of like paying like a ton of money to go see Madonna live, only to find out that she expects you to play drums, play guitar, and be a backup dancer. Personally, I would never do that to my devoted fans. What's next? Oh, Contentstack. Oh yeah, that's you. We've never actually met. Contentstack likes to brag about how you were listed as a strong performer in the latest analyst report, but there's nothing special about that. They called Contentful a strong performer too, back in 2003. Meanwhile, that report called me, AEM, and Optimizely leaders. We're aging like fine wines, or at least I am. I think Contentstack is kind of like a pop singer that's only famous on TikTok. No one over 30 knows who you are. You're drowning in a sea of lookalikes, and most of what you do is just a ripoff of pioneers like me. You recently updated your logo. Dubious decision. You went from a logo that looks like 2 croissants to a logo that looks like a cheese sandwich. You could have a logo that's actually good, if only you had more dough. Speaking of dough, where's Adobe Experience Manager? There she is. Adobe Experience Manager prefers to go by her stage name, AEM. Kind of like Cher. And a lot like Cher, she spends a lot of time thinking about how she could turn back time. A platform running on AEM is a lot like my face. Everything is custom developed. AEM is part of the Adobe product family. Kind of like a Nepo baby. So you're powerful and well-known, but no one would know who you are if your family wasn't famous. AEM, in that sense, AEM also makes me think of Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's worked as an actor, a businessman, a politician. Much like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you've done a mediocre job at so many things, and yet somehow managed to be a leader in California. Ooh, speaking of German speakers, Contentful. Oh, okay, there you are. I like your logo. I like Contentful's logo. I think of it every time I search for something on Google. For example, why would anyone use Contentful when they could be using Sitecore? Saying your DXP is Contentful is kind of like saying that you're dating a Kardashian, but then having to admit that it's Rob. And Contentful really is like a Kardashian because its backend is way too complicated. But let's be honest, I mean, we're all standing up here pretending that we're so different from one another. But in fact, like the Kardashians, the more time passes and the more we do work on ourselves, the more we start to look exactly the same. Thank you, and give it up for your host.
My goodness, that was hot! Goodness, Sitecore with a core full of rage. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one final roaster coming to the stage. We need to bring up this applause for your final roaster of the evening, Contentstack!
Hello, everyone. I am Contentstack, founding member of Mach. Composable is in my DNA. And I know what you're thinking. Ugh, another tech company that thinks they invented the future. And you're right, I didn't invent it. I just shipped it on time. But tonight I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm done. I'm here to talk about the platforms that walked so I can run. Then stopped. And then started explaining why running is overrated. So let's talk about the wannabes. Contentful calls itself modern, which would be true if this was 1997. And look, I respect Contentful because they're very developer forward. Something that's impressive when you assume content creators do not exist. Marketers log in hoping to make a small change, and Contentful hands them JSON like it's a ransom note. No instructions, just vibes. And support? You don't open a ticket with Contentful. You start a long-distance relationship. And don't even get me started on their pricing model. It's like a frequent flyer program. There's no rewards. Just commitment. Sitecore. Sitecore is what happens when software refuses to retire. Every new release breaks something old. Like living in a house where you try to turn on the lights and that makes the fridge explode. And Sitecore, pretending to be cloud native, is like your old colleague buying a Labubu and going around the office the whole day saying 6-7. Sitecore is the only CMS that charges you a subscription just so you can cancel on them. AEM likes to call itself the Rolls-Royce of CMSs. And that's true, because you'll pay Rolls-Royce money and still take Uber to get the job done while a consultant is driving. One content update feels like filing for your taxes. You have to click through 17 menus, asking yourself, why do I need a master's degree to move a banner 2 inches? It can do everything, the same way a Swiss Army knife can technically perform surgery, if time wasn't a factor. The license is expensive, but you know that the real bill is the maintenance just by looking at it. And even when it works, it's slow. It's like driving a tank. It is impressive, but try to parallel park it. Adobe Experience Manager is proof that money can buy a lot of things, but usability isn't one of them. Optimizely, poor Optimizely. It's really doing its best to keep up. If Optimizely were a person, it would say, I'm 35 on Instagram and 47 on LinkedIn. Both are very optimistic. There used to be Episerver, a beige, sensitive name your accountant would trust. Then one morning, they woke up, bought a new logo, put on a sparkling suit, and said, "Call me Optimizely. I'm trendy now." Inside, still the same person asking, "Hey guys, what's a microservice?" They keep buying companies like a bored dad buying expensive tools. Big, impressive, but none of them fit together. Optimizely isn't a platform. It's a greatest hits album. Thank you. That was my time.
My goodness, the fact that I can still step on this stage is unbelievable. The ground is hot, everybody. This was the DXP Roast. Did you have a good time, everyone? What an incredible audience. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Can we give one more massive round of applause for all your incredible roasters right here? We have Adobe Experience Manager, Optimizely, Contentful, Sitecore, and Contentstack. Have a good night, everybody. Get home safe. My name is Roger Bach. See you later.